Fawn
and Matt. We're an interracial couple with 2 kids wanting to do something that highlights the power of friendship and what it means to be in the company of true friends. We're going to move our society away and out of the loneliness epidemic and into a friendlier, happier world. Welcome to our friendly world. Better, stronger, together.
Welcome back to our friendly world, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
Matt, do you think there's a difference between friendship and marriage?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Sex?
Aside from that, the way we carry a relationship.
Okay, so there are certain people I can only handle in doses, right? Friends or not, at some point it gets old. Like our next door neighbor couldn't be married to him. Absolutely not. I get tired of it.
So how does marriage differ? What makes marriage? And I gotta say, it's not for most people because I feel like I'm always hearing people talk about marriage and they talk about getting bored and everything. And knock on wood or whatever. I don't feel that with you.
I keep it fun.
Or our kids. Like I hear so many parents say they, especially some years ago when everyone was stuck together, right?
Right.
Stuck together those are their words, not mine.
Right.
But like they don't, even now, like friends of mine don't understand why we live the way we do. They think, oh my God, you guys are so trapped and you're in this small house and always on top of one another. I'm like, we're not on top of one another. We actually like to be together.
Right.
But I don't think that's the majority of people.
Well, it's a hard thing. It's a tricky thing because I think it requires you to kind of lay aside yourself on some level. It's like there's a lot of movies I would love to watch that we don't watch on family movie days because, I don't know how you'll take them or you plain old won't like them.
I feel like you sacrifice all the time because you never watch whatever you want to watch.
I did today.
When we're not around.
I watched exactly and you all joined me in watching it.
Oh, that's true. We watched, what was it called? My Blue Heaven?
My Blue Heaven, Steve Martin.
It was so good. I didn't recall it being that good when I saw it years and years and years and years ago.
Wow. No, it's a brilliant cast and it's an interesting, fun story.
It's just done so well. Everything about it was good. The photography was great. The writing was great. The direction was amazing. Yeah. Everything.
But we digress.
But anyway, so I'm asking this question because we were talking to a friend of ours and he said something that blew my mind along the same lines as when I was in India and I was thanking this one Swami who was always helping me. And I said, thank you. And when I was leaving, I said, have a nice day. And he's like, wow, don't ever say that because you're condemning someone to one nice day. Really think about have a nice every day. And so from that point forward, I've always said have a beautiful every day. I won't say a nice day or a beautiful day or happy new year or whatever. I don't say that. If you are with me, it's very rare that I will say happy whatever, have a happy whatever. I will say have a happy every whatever. But in the same vein, we were talking to one of our friends and we were talking about spiritual matters. And he said something that blew my mind. And I realized, wow, I'm probably such a bad wife to you because it's we were talking about what it really means to love someone, what it really means to do something good for someone else, what it means to be of service to someone else. What are you looking at?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Feel like you're not. Is there a spider behind me?
No. Come on.
Essentially, the two things he said is one, as human beings, we only see through our own lens. He said in a relationship, when there are two people who love each other, if you spend a lot of the time thinking, how does that love make me feel? It has nothing to do with the other person. So, and then we got into doing things for other people. Like he was saying, if Matt likes purple curtains, that's what makes Matt happy. Then if you love someone, then you'll focus on having the purple curtains. If you're giving someone a gift, you don't give them a gift that you like. You have to really think about what they need. What
Right.
not what you like or what is good for you or what you think they should have. It's what they want. It's what they desire. You have to think in those terms, and you do that all the time with me, and I just kind of run with it. And I just noticed like he's right, because like even like simple things like, Matt, what do you think? Should we do this color or that color? And you'll say this color. I'm like, actually, no, I think we should do that color. And you're like, well, why did you even ask me? But it
Heyo.
happens all the time, and I'm really sorry. So as soon as I heard this a few days ago, I have really been working on switching that.
Which means I get to listen to my music in the car.
Well, I haven't said anything.
I know. I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop
No, it's not going to drop.
because you mocked
But
me that one time.
what do you mean?
We were listening to that weird band that does lounge covers of heavy metal songs.
I didn't mock you. How did I mock you?
Skeletons of Society.
I don't remember. What?
That's the name of the song. It's by a band called Slayer. It's a very song, right? It's not something I normally listen to, but the lounge version is like catchy rhythm and blah, 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 blah. But the chorus was driving you guys crazy. Everybody was mocking me.
I wasn't making fun of you. I seriously don't even remember.
Okay.
But
That was 2 weeks ago, though. So
yeah, I'm still no, that was before the epiphany.
mm-hmm.
And so our friend further went on to explain that even when you say I love you, it's all about the I love you. Whereas much like have a beautiful every day, it should be you I love. The focus is on you. So I thought we would talk about that today a little bit in terms of friendship. How would you explain what we were listening to with our friend? Like, how did it affect you other than you're right, man?
You know, it's how I do.
It is how you do.
You know, I'm finding these ridiculous.
You do that for everyone. At work, I've noticed, because my desk is next to yours. So I hear you with your colleagues at work, with your people. You're very selfless. You're selfless, period. Not very. You're selfless.
I try to be.
And
And competent.
and just like me, I think. I mean, I still love you. I mean, I feel like I do. I do. No, I'm trying.
You,
to,
I still love.
You, I still love. No, that came out wrong. Not the still part. I'm just saying I still. This is what I was trying to say. I still, even though I'm like, oh, what do you think of this? Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna do this instead. Anyway, even though I just asked you for your opinion and I'm not going to follow your opinion, a lot of the times I'm trying to think out loud. Like, should we go with green or should we go with purple? Do you know what I'm saying? And then when you say green, I'm like, yeah, but I think purple. I'm thinking out loud. And I realized, you know what? I should have these thoughts in my own head. And before I start vocalizing things out loud, I should come to terms with, what do I really think here? So then I'm more prepared. I have more capacity to fully receive what your opinion is.
I see.
I think that makes for a better friendship, better relationship, no?
It does.
And I think that's my downfall, is I think out loud. To my own defense, it's because I feel like I have to take care of so many things constantly in a hurry. So I feel like it's a luxury for me to have the space to think about something on my own for a bit and let it, mull it over.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I don't have time, so I'll just say it out loud. I'm trying to explain that I do respect your opinion. I just have to wait before I say anything. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, but in terms of like, I've noticed how you are so selfless with other people. And I was going to say, even though it seems like I'm not doing what you want, I still live my throughout my day, all day, every day, thinking about ways to make things wonderful for you in a way that it's now it's just automatic, you know? Like the way I'll make our bed, the way I'll cook, or the way like everything is done with you in mind and the kids in mind.
Right.
To the point where, a few months ago, you were like, it's all about you and the kids. Like, what about me? I'm like, what do you mean, what about you? And we got into this huge fight because I'm not the kind of person that like keeps a tab or like keeps score. So I had to really think about things, and I started yelling at you, yelling basically all the things that I do. I'm like, all this is for you. And you're like, yeah, and the kids. Like, how about me? And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. But at the same time, none of this is for me either. So anyway, something to think about as a way to remind us of this slight transition, but like it's such a huge transition to make. I love you. You I love. It is a huge turnaround, actually. It's hard to even say. It's so simple. It's just one small word put into a different part of the sentence, but I feel like it's hard on the brain to, you know what I'm saying? To think and to say out
In a
loud.
way, yes. And I get that. I can remember we're all the center of our own universes, right? And we live in this sphere where we're the center of our own universes. Hopefully, I think it's part of normal human development. And we go through hopefully our childhood into adulthood really believing we are the center of our own little universe. But every once in a while getting that ding 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 reminder that maybe we're not. Not in a hectic, terrible way, but just in a small way. And I can remember in college, basically think of it as I was swapping bootleg Grateful Dead tapes of their live shows because that's legal and everything else. But anyways, so I went over to somebody's apartment, somebody's room, and swapping bootlegs. They didn't have really any bootlegs for me, but I had lots of bootlegs for them. So I gave them a bunch of bootlegs, but I was a little pissed because my friend Jane arranged this whole thing. And I was like, Jane, there was nothing in it for me. What a story. And she's like, sometimes it's not about you, Matt. And I was enlightened. Sometimes it's not about you. It was about the other person for whatever reason. But it was one of those moments where I was enlightened.
You do it really well, though, and I wish you could give us some nuggets here to carry on with to figure out how you do it. Because remember, a few years ago, we did a show on paying attention to trifles.
And yes, and that's what I do.
I think definitely that's what you do, but how do you constantly notice things about other people? It seems like you don't work very hard at it. It just comes to you. The fact that you can see what someone truly needs. I feel like I have a hard time with that, actually.
It's a lifetime. And that's one moment I can point at is going, that was what that was. But the other thing is, yes, absolutely. Pay attention. People tell you who they are. People tell you what they are. People tell you the things that interest them. And we oftentimes let so much go by. And then there's the other side of it, because one of the other reasons why I'm this way is because I have been so incredibly humbled by my friends. There was a point in time where in college, I told one of my friends, I need you, please come. And he came.
From another city.
From clear across hundreds of miles.
Right.
And when you needed, Steenie came.
Steenie is Matt's friend.
Incredibly humbling.
I didn't even have to ask him.
It's about, paying it forward. It's about keeping that always in your mind. It's one of those things. It's one of those definitive kind of moments that I'm trying to document, all these weird definitive moments I've had. And that's a strong one.
That's true. And I remember we call him Steenie. That's not his name, but that's his nickname because his name is Steenhook. We call him Steenie. But I remember he didn't just come. He asked me. And this was after Matt was in the hospital and things were crazy. And I asked a couple of our friends to come and they flat out said no. And I never heard from them ever again.
Right.
Now, Steenie called me and asked me if he could come. I just cry. I'm sorry. But yeah, like he knew what we needed. Like throughout the whole time, he knew. You know, like it's crazy. I don't know. I like even gift giving. I don't know. I don't think I'm a good gift giver because, like, just a few days ago, we bought a gift for a friend, and we really tried hard.
Oh no, that was a brilliant gift. It was absolutely
but it's nothing
was.
that he wanted because he's not using it.
Let it go.
I know I should let it
When
go,
you
but I'm
give
saying,
a gift,
but
you let it go.
I understand, but was it? It's the questioning. Like, was it for us or was it for him? Is it something he really wanted? Was it really for him? I don't know.
And sometimes everybody gives gifts like that. And that's what that is. But when you give a gift, you let it go. But that's also why we didn't just bring one gift, we brought 2 gifts. And one of them, I'll guarantee you, he enjoyed.
Oh, that's the one he totally was excited about. And it's the one that Matt gave. And it was just a soda, a can of soda.
It's very important.
And now, like, the kids and I were like, we're not wanting to buy him that. It's not good for him. But Matt took him a Fanta. And he was so excited.
And why? Giving gifts, we can do a whole show on giving gifts, but literally, pay attention. It's the thought. That's it. It's the thought.
Even though it's $1.50 or $2 can of soda as opposed to this elaborate gift that we ended up getting. That was like, he said, thank you for that. But he talked way more about the soda.
It's the thought. And then you let it go. It's like shooting an arrow. When you release it, you're done. That's it. En toto. And we have no idea what is going to transpire with this gift. We don't know if we don't know if he already re-gifted it to one of his children. We don't know. He very well could have done that. Because I get the feeling he's not the wealthiest person on earth. So, I mean, materially wealthy. He's one of the wealthiest people I know, but not materially.
True.
Or so I think. I don't know.
I mean, we don't. Yeah. I mean, well. So, I mean, what do you think?
I think I need some purple curtains.
Whatever you want, honey. Okay.
But no, it's about paying attention to everything everybody always says. Our oldest today was talking about getting snacks.
And I immediately was like, no, we've got snacks at home we can just take. Because she said, I want to go out and buy some snacks for our road trip. I'm like, we have snacks.
And what did I say?
So,
I was like, what were you thinking of getting?
right.
You know, is there something is there something we've had that we haven't had in a long time that you want?
Yeah. And my response, which was so immediate, like, we have stuff already. Then she wouldn't even say what she wanted.
I know. Though.
I'm sorry.
Though.
Missed that opportunity. Okay. It's a weird, is it even a balancing act?
There's no balance to it. It's all about. There are those times.
Wow, no balance. It's all about the other person.
There are those times when it's all about me. And those times are from 4 a.m. to about 9 a.m. That's me time. That's me. And everything else isn't. Everything else is everything else.
Do you think that some people give and give and give so much? Like, for example, mothers, I'm trying to make excuses for myself here, but like everything, literally everything is for the other person. You know, everything from my body is now for the other person. Like giving
Right.
birth, breastfeeding, all of it, right? No sleep, every minute, every second of the day for a
Mm-hmm.
long time, for years. And I want to say now that they're teenagers, like I want to say even now, it's 24 hours a day. It's not breastfeeding anymore, but it's still, I'm exhausted. But I've gotten to the point where I'm like, me, what about what I want? And I feel like, I don't know, am I tripping here, Matt? I feel like, have I been selfish? Is it all about me?
No,
I feel like it is, because
no,
I'm
no,
like,
and no. But keep in mind, I get 5 hours a day of me time. That's like a quarter of my day. You know, I enjoy watching footy ball an awful lot, even though y'all mock me about it. I watch plenty of footy ball first thing in the morning.
that's really good, because throughout the day, I feel like I don't get a chunk of time like that. So throughout the day, I'm like, me. I feel like I want some tea, or I want to just listen to this YouTube podcast, or you know, I'm constantly thinking that, but at the same time I'm doing things for everyone else. But
Mm-hmm.
so it feels like it's a battle, and I feel like a selfish person,
And
and I feel like
that's
I've lost the ability to really be about you I love. You know what I'm saying? In a calm manner. In a calm manner.
I feel you, or you. I feel.
I'm showing him my lower lip.
Pouty face.
You I love too. And so let's just start with that. You I love. Let's practice that. Anything else?
You I love.
You I love.
Okay.
All right.
So you be well. The greater you be well.
You. Hey, you have a beautiful everyday. You have a beautiful everyday, you. Talk to you soon.